Hi, Zeena.
Hi.
Welcome to Beyond the Bio.
Thank you for having me.
So, Zeena, just starting off from the very beginning, right?
Yes,
You started an artisan balloon company
that's right.
when balloons for Deco was just a thing you put on strings together
Exactly.
and put it up on the wall and hope it looks good and something doesn't fall, right?
That's right.
So, what got you started?
It was my sister's baby shower. So I wanted to throw her a baby shower, and I had this vision, this Pinterest vision in mind. So I was looking for that sort of decor and balloons. I just couldn't find it in Colombo, right? I went to a number of shops, and then it got so frustrating. And I came to a point where, you know what? I recall getting into the vehicle after visiting the last shop I had on my list. I got onto the vehicle and I sent a message to my husband saying, you know what? I'm going to sell balloons. And yeah, so it started from a family occasion to a business.
You think you had additional challenges because you were one of the first to, pioneer the whole industry?
So people were more like when you say balloon decor, it was just about tying up a few balloons and having it on the wall. So that's how people saw balloons, right? So I needed to put the word out there that there's more to it than just some balloons on your wall. There's design element to it. There's art in it. So I wanted people to see it. But I think with Pinterest and Google and all of that, they saw that in other countries. So there were a lot of people who wanted the same in Colombo and in Sri Lanka. So that helped.
You feel like you had to do anything additional to like make people aware of it? Or do you think the trend was just coming along?
I think just building my name and building my social media presence and all of that. So that was the key. So once I got that going, I think the name got there.
Got there, right? And what do you think has been the hardest part?
Everything about running a business is hard. It's a challenge for sure. Every day you wake up and there are new things and challenges being thrown at you. But initially it was, finding suppliers, reliable suppliers, quality balloons, and then even, employees and all of that, training myself and social media, logistics, everything. Everything is a challenge and just have to navigate through all of this.
What do you think was the hardest challenge of that?
Initially, I would say finding reliable and quality suppliers in the beginning. Yes.
Yeah. So
because see, our designs and our balloons kind of there's a luxury element to it. There's a style and design element to it. It's not just balloons bought from a shop and blown up.
Yeah.
So you needed to find the right quality and the right balloons, the colors, and all of that. So finding that was a challenge in the beginning. But now,
now it's a walk in the park.
Somewhat.
Okay, now let's go into a more interesting question. This is a beyond the bio question.
Okay.
So if it's beyond the bio, so
Right.
beyond your business, beyond your Twinkle and Tassels, who is Zeena?
Zeena is just a very ordinary girl. Just a very ordinary girl, just a nobody back at home and loves reading, loves, doing her own thing and all of that. But now that I have the business and all of that.
Yeah, but has the ordinary girl changed before and after the business?
Yeah, I think more responsible, more disciplined. And obviously with a business, there's a lot of responsibility and you need to discipline yourself as well. Wake up every day, be an example to your employees as well, and then be consistent, continuously learn, being able to be creative and innovative and just driving yourself every single day. I think that's what matters.
What actually drives you? What makes you want to get up every morning and say, okay, let me go get this done?
So, I mean, when I was a teen and I think when I was in school, I always had this vision to, be the boss.
Okay.
So even my friends would, say that, okay, Zeena is going to own her own company one day. She's going to have her own office and all of that. So I think that's a motivation to be just your own boss. And, that's a motivation.
Was there ever a moment that you felt like scared or regretted starting the business, questioning it?
Not regretted, but there are days of doubt and then exhaustion kicks in, sometimes. Not felt like quitting per se, but there are days of doubt and sometimes, am I doing the right thing? Am I on the same path? Do I want to do this for the next 5-10 years of my life?
So what do you tell yourself? What's the thought process that goes with it?
You see the vision, you see how much you worked towards this goal, and you've built this over the, 6-8 years, and it would be just a waste if you were to quit now. And you don't want to be known as a quitter, right?
True.
You want to persevere. That's what it is.
So is it that you just don't want to, be known as a quitter, or is it just the drive of, what you have done and the vision of knowing
the drive of what I've done, and then you do have a vision also. You want to get to some place one day. You want to grow the business. You want to get to a certain point in your life, and you want to see the business at a certain point. So I think that drives me every single day.
So this is a very specific question to you, right? I get a lot of clients to me asking, they want to start a business. They don't want to be seen.
Yeah.
But you started and grew your business without showing your face.
Yeah.
You went to, I think, about 20,000 followers, and I think now it's over 27,000 followers.
27.5.
Right? Yes. And you didn't really show your face.
Yeah, I did.
Right? So was that a conscious decision?
It was definitely a conscious decision. I wasn't very comfortable showing my face on social media. I wanted my work and my balloons and my designs to, speak. But there came to a point where I think I questioned myself, should I put my face out there? I think when I was being mentored by you, I came up with that question. I said, Nero, what do you think I should do? Should I put my face out there? But then, deep down inside of me, I felt like, no, I don't want to sell my face. I want to sell my balloons, and I want my designs to speak.
So if someone is thinking twice to start a business because they don't want to show their face, what would you tell them?
Definitely. It's only one way, but it's not the only way. So let your brand, let your product speak for itself. And definitely you can go a long way. Because I grew my brand without my face.
Yeah.
And only when I hit, I think, 25,000 followers, I showed them a glimpse of my face.
There was one post.
Yeah, one post. 6 years down the line, I have my loyal client base who knows me by my name, and they even recognize me when they see me outside. So
it's not just about being on social media,
yeah,
right?
It's not.
If Twinkle and Tassel was a person, can you describe it in 3 personalities? What are the 3 personalities it will have?
Okay, I would like to say stylish, because we like to do a lot of stylish, artistry, beautiful things with our balloons. So I would say stylish, and then I would say reliable, because we promise what we deliver. And we're a luxury brand, so I would say luxury looks. We like to add that luxury element to everything that we do.
The designers of balloons.
Yeah. So I like to be known for those 3 things.
Of course. And is there a favorite setup for you?
I actually have so many favorite setups. But if I were to go back in time and, pick one from the early days, it would be a gender reveal setup.
Okay.
It would be a gender reveal setup that we did. It was where the balloons were cascading from the balcony down to the floor. And it was extraordinary at the time. That sort of a balloon display was unheard of. Yeah. So that was really something extraordinary that we pulled off. And that was when I met you.
Yeah, we worked on that together.
So that was one of my favorites and one of my most memorable setups.
That was actually something very unusual at that time, right?
Yeah, exactly. Really, very unusual.
Because I think before that, it used to be only on setups or on backdrops, right? And this was free-flowing.
True.
I remember that.
It was
that
amazing.
Was memorable.
And I think that really helped me get my name out there as well. Yeah.
Do you think, was that the setup that you felt like, I'm in the right path, or this is what I want to do?
Yeah. I think after that setup, it was this is exactly what I had in mind, the vision I had for Twinkles and Tassels.
Okay. I didn't know that. That's actually nice to know. So you're in a creative industry, right?
Yes.
How do you manage that, your free expression of wanting to be creative as well as the client expectation?
Yeah, I think there we have to communication is key. So I don't expect, different clients would have a different perception towards things. They would like a certain style. Perhaps that might not be the style that I incline to. It's just that I try to take their ideas and try to elevate it. and, tell them like, this is what will work, this is what won't work. And then, we add this would give you a more organic style, the design, the artistry, and, kind of explain that side of things to them. So then, you come to a common ground, and then you take it from there.
How receptive are clients?
Most of them are actually receptive, because most of them understand that, I understand, like, the design and the style element is understood from my end as opposed to them. So they're willing to, they're open to ideas and open to changes. Most of them are. Sometimes, they don't like the organic style, and I understand because you're so used to seeing perhaps just the standard balloon arches and all. So some are not too inclined towards these organic style of, the different sizes of balloons that we do. So then it's all right. But then, once they see the outcome of it, they're always in awe. Most of them are. Most of the time they're in awe. So,
but is there like a walking process through that, right? Because they only see the outcome at the end.
Yeah.
But a lot of people who are not creative generally find it difficult to visualize things.
Yeah.
Right? So they probably can tell you what they don't want rather than what they want.
Yeah.
Right? So how do you, that process of getting them to agree with you, how do you manage that?
So you take into consideration, what they, if they have their foot down on a certain thing and they say, no, definitely not this, then that is obviously excluded. But there are certain things they are flexible with. So then we incorporate that and we create a setup that they're happy with.
So have you had any balloon decor request that you have been like, no, I'm not doing?
So I don't replicate another competitor's design. So that's a definite no.
Okay.
Because it's important to have your, creative integrity. So sometimes when I see a customer sending me a picture of another competitor's page rather, and asking me if I can do the same, I say, definitely we can't replicate the same because this belongs to another competitor. But of course we can design something,
Yeah.
And if they're okay with it, yes. If not, I'm sorry, I'll have to decline.
That's true. Now, actually talking about competitors, since you came into the market, there has been
so many
inflow of lot of competitors. How do you manage that? And does that scare you, or does it create anxiety?
It does. There are days it does. But sometimes I just want to shut the noise and then just focus on my own business and own brand. That's what I do. Because if it gets to you, you're going to always worry about your competitor. I mean, there are days that it gets really frustrating when they copy you, your style, your design, and sometimes even your pitch. And you're thinking, what's going on? Why my pitch also?
Yeah.
I just try to focus on my own work, try to be more creative with our designs, try to innovate with our work, and let our work speak for itself.
Have you had competitors replicate or steal designs and...
Yeah, replicate for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, they replicated a lot.
So how do you actually stay ahead? Is it just innovation and...
Yeah, I think the thing that makes us stand out is the quality of our work and the quality of our balloons. So I've seen the competitors, not to put anyone down, but there is a distinction between, the outcome of one of our balloon designs and one of theirs. So I know, in terms of quality, in terms of outcome, it's not the same. Even though it may look the same, it's not really the same when you see it in reality.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah.
So if someone is to do a balloon decor, they're thinking about it, right?
Okay.
What would you say are 3 things that they need to keep in mind?
Yeah, for sure. I think first is source quality material. And then you need to consider your color palette. So plan your color palette ahead, not just throw in all colors and not too many colors. Keep it elegant, minimal, and think about your color palette. You think about your dominant colors and all of that, and let that be the highlight. And obviously the place, you need to look at the ambience of the place and whether it's going to be indoor or outdoor, and kind of the setup should elevate the place and complement the surrounding as well.
What do you think is the biggest struggle of being in the creative industry or being a creative?
Keep up with the trends, because everything is evolving a lot and changing a lot. So you need to look at the trends. You need to take up training and make sure you're up to date with all these new trends, and also the competitors, make sure that they don't, take away too much.
So you're moving faster than they are.
Yeah. I think
So how
that's
do
what
you-
you taught me. You know?
So I'm happy that you're following it.
Yeah.
So what do you actually do for that? What do you do to stay ahead of the trend?
You keep learning new things. You definitely keep learning new things.
There's
and
always so much.
experimenting with your balloons and, adding new, just being very innovative with your designs.
A lot of problem creatives do tend to sometimes have
Yeah.
is the business side of the creativity, knowing your numbers or the finances,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
How do you manage that?
It was tricky at first because there was nothing to, guide me in the beginning because we were looking at luxury setups and premium balloons and all of that. So, running a business, you should make profits at the end of the day. If not...
It's a business, it's not a charity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I came to you. You were my mentor, and then you taught me about numbers, and I learned a good, significant amount of things from you as well. So that helped.
Yeah, I know, because I always say, right?
Yeah.
Numbers is the backbone. And without that, and I've seen a lot of creatives actually struggle with it. They say we go into business because we don't want to do numbers, but you end up having to do it, right? So if we take the numbers, so if I gave you an event without a budget, what would that look like?
In terms of numbers.
Your
The setup that I would do.
What would be the setup?
Yeah, definitely I'll go all out with balloons.
Yes, of course.
I'll probably have like the entire ceiling filled with balloons.
Okay.
Yeah, wouldn't that be so dreamy?
Amazing. Yeah.
That would look so dreamy.
It'll look so dreamy. Yeah, it would. It'll probably look like if somewhere else. It'll like,
Yeah, definitely. Like you're walking into, I don't know, outer space or something like that.
Yeah. That would actually be pretty cool. So, being in Sri Lanka, right, we have had unique challenges.
Yeah.
COVID, of course, was global, but we have the economic crisis and we have had so many challenges afterward. And that impacted the event business a lot. How did you navigate that?
Yeah, I think the economic crisis was something that really hit because prices soared and then, the numbers weren't adding up. So then I think the price of helium, the price of balloons, in fact, like tripled. So like then I was thinking like, what do I do? Do I pass this on to my customers or what? I mean, you had to because obviously it tripled and there was no way that...
Absorbing that.
Yeah. So that was a big challenge. And then imports were also restricted. So that was another very big challenge. But we were able to source locally as well. And then, but gradually after a few years, the prices dropped and then we revised our prices accordingly.
It's a bit about navigating, right? It's just actually going with the flow and
correct
finding out what works at that time.
So one of the things that when helium actually tripled in price, that was when we offered more Yafel designs. So that was when those designs got very popular, the number stacks and all of that, which are Yafel displays. And that has more creativity and also more style in it because it's like one arrangement with like the numbers and so many different types of balloons and all of that.
Was this also the grab and go?
Yes, that was also one product that we offered during the crisis.
That was actually a very interesting pivot, right? Because you couldn't go to setups. There were restrictions that was during COVID. And you actually pivoted the business at that point to have this grab and go, which was unheard of at that time, right? I actually had to like look twice what grab and go was, right? And that was actually cool. Like, so but did you feel like you pivoted it because you had to?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, a challenge is always, I think it opens up another avenue. So this was another avenue and kind of expanded our product portfolio as well.
What would you say has been your like biggest learning from business?
I think just persevering. When you face challenges, either, economic crisis or from your competitors or losing a customer or something like that, just perseverance. You tell yourself to, persevere and just be resilient through the times.
You still like, I'm assuming at the beginning you would have probably got stressed out, right? When you have to do like a setup.
Yeah.
Well, you still get stressed.
Stressed? I mean, it's exciting. Now it's more exciting and not too stressful. But obviously with every setup, there is a certain amount of stress, and especially when there are certain constraints, like you have time constraints and then venues and outdoor venues and the wind and all of that. So those are all challenges that we have to work with. So that adds to your stress, but otherwise it's very exciting.
So do you have like an adrenaline rush that comes up when you do a setup, or it's now like second nature?
Once I'm done, once you're done with it, you're in awe for your own work sometimes.
Oh, that's amazing. So what do you think was your biggest investment into your business? It can be people, resources, tools.
My biggest investment would be my time.
Yeah.
For sure.
And of course, though you sell a product, it's also a service connected to it.
Yes.
How do you value that?
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is.
It's a lot of work. What people don't see.
Yeah.
You see the outcome of it, but what you don't see is everything that goes behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Sometimes days of preparation for an event.
What's the longest you've had to prepare for an event?
The longest would be, sometimes when you're given an event, even you have 2 months advance notice, you start preparing from that point.
Yeah.
So you look at how many balloons you need, and then you work out the numbers, you work out the colors, how do you get these balloons in time? So you're working from that point.
Yeah, okay. So it starts from the point you get an order.
Yeah, once you get a confirmed event, that's when it starts.
But the actual physical setup,
Physical setup, probably on the day, maybe 10, 12 hours, depending on the scale of the setup.
What's next for Twinkle and Tassel?
What's next? What's next? I would like to collaborate with more vendors, more luxury vendors, event planners, and maybe consider some workshops as well.
Have you ever thought of an exit strategy?
Exit strategy? No, what is that, Niro? You'll have to enlighten me.
No, because when you go into business, right, a lot of people think of, at this point, this is enough. Or are you going to be here when, you're 80 years? Zeena?
No. I mean, I would like to retire by, 50.
Okay. So would your exit strategy be something like growing a team that could function when you're not there?
Yeah, it's definitely growing a team. I wouldn't want to see Twinkles and Tassels close down.
Yeah. Would you choose this business journey again?
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. Yeah. There's no doubt about
it. I think my loyal clients and seeing them come back to me year in for their special moments and all of that, it really makes me happy and grateful that I'm here and I'm doing what I do and just adding to their memories.
I think when we go back in time, there's so much we would like to tell our younger self. It's a bit of a cliche question.
Yeah.
But if you go back in time, what would you tell
your
younger self?
Just pursue your dreams. And if you want to do something, pursue it, and there'll be challenges. There'll be people that say, perhaps don't take this path. Just do what you feel that's right. And you have your own conscience and listen to your own conscience.
Did you ever feel lonely?
No, I'm actually grateful that I have a very supportive family, a supportive husband as well. I don't necessarily feel very lonely.
Yeah. And
but obviously, as a female entrepreneur, there are days, you're like, oh, I'm alone in this.
Why? What comes up when you feel alone?
I don't know. Maybe just trying to navigate through all these challenges. You do feel like, being a female entrepreneur, you might feel a little bit, alone. But there is support.
Do you feel like there are additional challenges because you're a female entrepreneur?
Initially, yes. So initially, when I started off, it was unheard of that a woman was doing balloons, right? Once, in fact, I had a client who wanted to confirm a setup with me. And then he was like, can I come and visit you? And I said, of course. And then he came, we spoke. He paid me the advance and he said, so I'll see your team there. And I was thinking in my head, you'll see me there.
You are the brand, right?
I am the brand.
Yeah, okay. Did you make a conscious decision about the branding element?
Initially, no. So when I started off, it was just, you come up with a name that works, that rings a bell, and then, that. So I think Twinkles had like a baby element to it.
Yes.
So, the baby shower that I planned for my sister, I picked Twinkles from that. And I had this, I really loved working with tassels.
Okay.
So put these two together, and then I had a name for my brand and my business. But yeah, when we did the rebranding, that's when I thought about the colors, and I thought I really wanted to kind of what elements I want my brand to highlight and all of that.
And what would you like your legacy to be?
I would like to be known, the brand, to be known as the leading balloon stylist in the country.
Thank you, Zeena. Thank you so much for sharing your time
Thank you
and
for
all your
having
input.
me. Thank you, Nero.